And so he writes this in chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. So you might be sitting there going, wow, that seems super insensitive, because maybe you have experienced someone in your family whose health has declined because of this, or you yourself are in the process of recovering, or you have experienced being laid off or furloughed, and you're looking at this situation going, how could God use this for good? I mean, how could good come out of any of this? Well, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the Apostle Paul and the believers that he was writing to in the city. They had a belief that God had rescued the world by Jesus being crucified on the cross and rising again. And so they held on to this belief. If you think about it, crucifixion, being executed, is a pretty awful thing. But in the Christian worldview, we believe that God took that horrible situation and he brought about a restored relationship that's made possible for everybody in humanity through Jesus. And so if God could take something as awful as the crucifixion and bring about something good, then God could do that with anything. I believe, and I found comfort that God is bigger. He's bigger than any problem that I face. He's bigger than the difficulties that I've gone through in life so far. And he's bigger than even this virus, this global pandemic, this economic downturn that we're in the midst of right now. And so what I do with this passage is I take my fears, my anxiety, my disappointments to God. And I ask God to help me to look for the things that he's doing right now, and trusting that he will bring about good in all of this. I ask him to show me the steps that I can take every day to stay in alignment with him. And what he tells us to do is to love him and to love our neighbors. And so I look for ways to live in alignment with him and trust that I've been called to live according to this purpose of loving him and loving my neighbor. And I found great peace. And as I've seen God take this horrible situation and bring some good out of it. I've seen relationships restored that were on the rocks before. I have seen people who had gotten themselves so busy with so many activities that their families were just run rampant, and now they're experiencing joy and time together. I know that this time is going to end. It might not feel like it's ending anytime soon, but it will come to an end. This crisis will come to an end. We will be able to get back to our lives and spending time with people in person. We will be able to get back to the YMCA and see our favorite friends in our community. But in the midst of all this, we can trust that God is good and that he can take even a horrible situation and bring about good for us. So thank you for spending time with me, and I hope that you have a great day.